Hi Aries, welcome to your February reading for 2021. Now we are going to do two separate readings today. First is going to be for those of you who are in a relationship. The second reading will be for those of you who are single. Now we're going to take 4 cards for you. We're then going to take 4 cards for your person. And for this first reading, I'm going to be using the 8 Coins Tattoo Tarot, which will, I'll put a link to it in the description box down below if you want to check it out. It is this delightful beauty. I don't want to say it's my favourite deck, but it's getting there. So if you would like to book a personal reading, my email is also going to be in the description box down below, as will be my Instagram handle. So if you are an Instagrammer and you want to go and check me out there, then definitely do that. There's a lot more free content available on Instagram than there is on YouTube. But of course, this is a general reading, so it won't resonate for everybody. If it isn't resonating for you, please don't try and make it fit. Please just let it go and accept it's not your message, which is not a bad thing. Sometimes I feel we can look at tarot readings and think, well, I desperately need a message, so I'm going to make this one fit. And actually, if it doesn't, it doesn't. Maybe your life is better than you think it is. Maybe you're not ready for the message, whatever it is. What else is in the description box below? Also, we've got my wish list from Amazon. Now, if you want to get me something from the wish list, you will get in return, you'll get a free reading of your choice. So sometimes that can be cheaper than buying a reading generally. And if you would like to do that, I don't have to get it from Amazon. You can PayPal me the money. PayPal will also be in the description box below, and I can source it elsewhere, because we don't always have to buy from Amazon just because it's quick and easy. Anyway, parish notices out of the way. Aries, in a relationship. Oh, Aries. Now, this is going to be your side of the equation. This is your energy. The very first card we've got is the Death card. Now, this card for me, particularly in this deck, I just want to hold it there for a moment so you can really take it in, is such an unbelievable moment of change, of letting go. This lady is at the point where she is so desperate for change that she has now surrendered to it, she has accepted it, she is willing to make the change. She is actually longing for the change to happen. Now, whether or not this is, well, it is, it's for the relationship sides of you. So, if you are feeling disconnected in your relationship because you've got that 4 of Wands in reverse, if you feel like things are just not working for you, like, because me, this 4 of Wands upright is so beautiful because it isn't the traditional view of, a family, it isn't a couple, it isn't anything like that. What this is in the upright is 4 wands all together, providing structure for these plants to grow and to bloom and to blossom and thrive. So if you feel like in the relationship that you are not thriving, if you feel that your partner isn't thriving, then something has to change. And that doesn't have to be breaking up at all. The Death card will often be perceived as an end to something. But what you've got to remember is it's not always an end of a relationship. It's sometimes an end of confusion. It's an end of ego. It's an end of bad habits that are not helping your relationship. So, this could be that actually if you feel things are unbalanced, then it's down to you to make that change, to accept that the person, it's almost like to say that the person that you're with is actually really good for you and you're resisting it, and that could be your change. But underneath it, we've then got a 5 of coins and a 10 of coins in reverse. So for you guys, I'm actually feeling like this is a lot about, particularly if you're dealing with a Scorpio, or an earth sign potentially, but the change is going to hurt is probably the easiest way to say it, because this Death card leading into a 5 of coins is that this change is not going to be easy. And change is never easy. Accepting that you have to change something is always a very brave decision, but it will get worse before it gets better. And that's why for me it feels like a breakup is on the cards more than anything else, because actually it's where things haven't been balanced and you're not helping each other to grow. it's not helping either of you find your happiness. And I feel like you will be happier on your own first. Well, actually, you won't first be happier on your own. Unfortunately, you'll be probably quite miserable for a little while, but eventually you will end up finding a little bit more peace. Yes, you will end up finding a little bit more peace. You've got a devil in reverse, which is, I find this devil one of the most incredible, but also like, I feel like this really encapsulates the devil in the upright. But I feel like if you let go of it, you will be able to find that inner sense of peace and be able to regain a little bit more control over your situation, because you've got that wheel of fortune in the upright. So if you can make those changes, as hard as it is to do it, and as much as you probably don't want to do it, because it's easier to stay where we are, but that isn't always the best thing. Now I'm going to use a different deck to get a reading for the person that you're with. We're going to go with the Light Seers Tarot. Where's the box? Ta-da! Also a gorgeous deck, because it has very different interpretations to the traditionals. Well, on some of the cards. Okay, let's see what's going on for your... Oh, God. So 10 of Cups in reverse for your person. So the very first card out, oh God, is that they... I also think they're not happy in the situation. I don't think they're enjoying what's going on. I don't think they are... It feels a bit like they've accepted their role in the situation as well, and they're not able to emotionally connect with you to bring about, because it's on top of this Four of Wands in reverse. So for these two cards, it's like, on the one hand, you don't feel that everything's connected, you don't feel that the balance is there, you don't feel that you're helping each other to grow and to thrive, and from your person's perspective, they're just kind of checked out. They kind of feel a bit like there's nothing really that they can bring to the equation. There's no more. It's like they're kind of empty of emotions. They've spent their emotional currency on the relationship already, and they don't really have anything more to give or more to suggest or more to help. On top of your death card, they've come up as a Seven of Cups. So they're again, it feels like they're just as confused about how to change this as you are. And the longer you both stay in the situation, the more confusing it becomes, the more lost you become. And it's like this, because this Seven of Cups to me, it's very much like, it reminds me of those like tricksters that you get where they put a ball underneath the cup and they move it around and they ask you to try and keep your eye on it. And how many times do you think, I know exactly it's under that cup. I followed it. I know exactly where it is. It's that one. And then they pull it out of the cup and it's not there. The more you resist this change, the more confusing it becomes for your partner, for your person. And then underneath it, we've then got a Two of Pentacles in reverse. So again, I think if you can get to the point where you can accept that this isn't going to work out and that this relationship just isn't going to be your happily ever after, the more they can try and find some balance back in their lives again. Because that Two of Pentacles in reverse for me is so much a situation where it's like, I just don't know what to do anymore. I don't have any ideas, because the Two of Pentacles in the upright for me is very much a case of like moving things round and round and finding balance, and what goes up must come down. It's like, it's a path of the course. It's things that happen, but I don't feel it's there. And actually, as much as I think the breakup is the term I'm going to use, I think it will be really painful for you. Your person's actually got that Page of Swords, so I feel like the letting go of the relationship, I think, is actually going to be a real aha moment for them, where it's a sense of freedom. And it just, and again, it is that sense of peace. It's the freedom. It's knowing what's happening. And then they've got, for their kind of outcome is the Moon in reverse. So I think if they actually are able to start being honest with themselves, yeah, Six of Swords, they're going to move on. I think if you're both honest with yourselves, I think you both know this already. I don't think it's anything new. That doesn't make it an easier message to give or to hear. But how long do you want to resist it? Because this is coming regardless. Whether you stay or whether you go, you're in that 5 of coins. Anyway, sorry Aries, that wasn't a fun one to do. I was hoping it would be a bit nicer. Single Aries, let's see how you guys are going to do. So what we're going to have a look at is who might be potentially coming in towards you. And then we're going to have a look at how you can be ready for them. So who is coming in for the single Aries? Okay, we have, a 5 of Pentacles and the Chariot. So 5 Pentacles to me, so you could be looking for an earth sign. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Or, like I said, we've got that Chariot. So it could be a Cancer, which would be fun. It is in reverse though. I know I've just shown you the right way up, but it's actually coming out in reverse. So my feeling is that it's going to be someone maybe with a Cancer, not as their main sun sign, but as one of their maybe their rising or their moon sign. I feel like it's going to be something a bit more underlying. Now, how can you be ready for it? Love, love, love. We've got the Queen of Swords. So for one, you've got to get your head in the game, Aries. And maybe it's that if you feel as a single Aries that you've been out there and you've been doing it and you've been trying to date, or maybe it's actually you don't currently know how to date anymore, because let's face it, this pandemic has changed everything. We can't go out and just meet through friends. We can't go out and just hope. We can't go and because there's that old adage of people saying, find what makes you happy and do that, and then you'll meet someone who also enjoys those things, like finding hobbies and classes and groups and stuff like that. So for one, you've got to get your head in the game. First and foremost, that's the only way you're going to be ready. But we've then got the 8 of Cups and the 9 of Wands in reverse. So my feeling with that is that it actually, in order to be ready for it, you've also got to give up on the struggles that you've had. And maybe you feel that you've been, like I say, that you've been struggling to connect, to meet people, to figure out where you're going to meet people. Because, I mean, at the moment, like let's say online is probably one of the easiest, well, it's not the easiest, the most accessible way to meet people right now, because we're all, hopefully staying at home. But maybe you've struggled with that in the past. Maybe it's one of those things where you've been resistant. You thought, I don't want to go on online dating. It's not, I want to meet someone in real life. I want to do this. I want to do that. Unfortunately, if you want to meet someone, you kind of got to let go of those inhibitions, let go of those struggles and those resistances to conventional ways of dating. Maybe it's that maybe you've got a friend who's constantly trying to set you up with people and you're resistant to it because you don't want to be set up. Why not? Because actually, there's someone else out there who is ready and waiting, and they're waiting for you to step your game up and to get your head in the game. We've then got the Queen of Wands in reverse and the Hermit in reverse again. So this is an absolute case of, because to me the Queen of Wands upright is very much someone in control of the situation, very much someone in laying everything out before her, delegating, making sure that everything, worrying about all the outer stuff. Whereas the Queen of Swords is just like, no, I'm ready now. You, come on. I'm ready. Bring it over. Bring it on. Bring it to me and let's see what happens, because I'm ready. So it's kind of a case of almost like with the Queen of Wands in reverse, it feels a bit like you need to not worry about the other stuff so much, not care too much about what the appearance is, how you meet them, how you play this out, whether you do this, whether you do that. It's one of those things. And again, with that Hermit in reverse, you can't hide away from Aries. If you want to be with someone, if you want to find a relationship, find love, whatever it is that you want, if you feel that you need to take some more time out, there is nothing wrong with that. But it's very easy to stay there, Like a friend of mine said to me years ago, she was like, you get to a certain age, and I should preface this by saying she's actually married. You get to a certain age and it's like, if I'm going to leave my house to go out on a date, it better be really good and really worth it, because I enjoy being at home. I'm happy in my home. I've got things to do. I've got, you know, bits and pieces, and you become settled into a stage where you think, my life is really good. I don't need anybody else. And yes, that's a fantastic place to be. But if you're in that fantastic place, wouldn't it be nice to share that with someone? And that's where I feel like, you know, for the single Aries, you may have been on your own for a little while by now, or holding back. And it's kind of time to let go of that. Anyway, I hope that helps. I hope you all have an amazing Valentine's. Whatever it is that you choose to do, whether you are absolutely in the self-love mode, whether you are in a relationship, whatever it is that you're doing. Once again, if you would like to book a private reading, my email is in the description box down below. If not, take care, and I will see you very soon.